Is we're going to learn how to define and model points, lines, and planes. Now, this is the first part of our lesson. What does that look like?
Bunch of dots.
Bunch of dots. Now, Mazzaro, can you tell me a point up there? And tell me how to get to it.
Oh, tell you how to get to it.
Tell me a point up there.
0, 0.
No, baby. Tell me a point up here.
Oh.
Okay, Trey.
The one in the corner up there.
The one in the corner up there? So this one?
No, the other.
This one?
No, the one by itself.
This one?
That one.
Now, what would help you better tell me how to get to this point? If we had a graph or if we had a what?
Just imagine it.
Some letters, something, right? How did we name those points yesterday on the planes, on the note cards? What were they labeled by?
By letters and
By letters, right?
one.
And we had our planes were named by letters as well. So if I said that this was A, and this was B, and this was C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S. All right. Can you tell me how to get to the next, another point? Anybody? Tell me a point.
L.
L? Okay. Do we agree that that's a point? And he named it with how many letters? 1 or 2? 1, because he just said L. All right. What about B? If I said point B, would you know where that is?
Yes.
It's right here, right? What about point G? What about point P? Now, what if I said line D? Would you know which line I meant?
Yeah.
How many different ways could I draw it, though?
There's many letters and styles up there.
A whole bunch, right?
that aren't-
But if I was going to be specific, how would I say it? What do you think? I want to draw a line, and I want it to go through D, but I want it to be specific. I need 2? Okay, can you tell me how I would draw it? Could I just do D to E like this? Yeah, it goes through, right? And you know which direction I mean if I say DE, correct? Now, I like what you said about BDE, except is that going to make a straight line?
No.
That's going to curve. Now, could I also put a line through this? That kind of counts, right?
What about Andy?
Now, can you tell me another... Haley, take a point for your team. Good job. And you get a point for your team. Y'all said 1, and Trey, you get a point for your...
This is Mary.
Yes.
Can we have Blake Toussaint to check out, please?
Who? Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm sorry. Feel better. Make good choices. Be a good person. Watch the video on YouTube.
You get a point?
Yes.
Contribute to society.
1.
What do we do?
You circle +1. Okay, now, Christian, can you tell me another line, and I want it to pass through point D? Any other line? D and C? Okay. I need the popsicle sticks, because I still don't know y'all's names, and I'm real sorry about that. I'm getting there. I know your name. No one can ever forget your name. If you ask 45,000 questions, I'm going to remember your name. He is absent. Brett. Who's Brett? Okay, Brett. Can you tell me another one? And I want it to go through D. A and D? G and D? Okay. Do we agree or disagree? All right. Vanessa. Vanessa. Okay. Y'all got to raise your hand because I still don't know you. Tell me another one, and I want it to go through D. Okay. Do we agree or disagree? Another one, Christian. Another one, Abby. All right, give me a line that goes through O, Blaze.
I say OJ, but not
OJ, but not through K.
just not.
Right there?
Yep.
Awesome. All right, give me another one that goes through O, Hunter. Hunter. You're Hunter. Pardon?
A.
And O? Okay. Mazzaro.
P-O.
Okay. Ken.
Oh.
The line goes through O. So I need another one to make a line go through O. Look at you go. Super proud. No judgment. All God's children. Maybe a little judgment. All right, Sebastian, can you tell me one that goes through S?
Q.
Catherine. Katie, right? Catherine. There's a Catherine and then there's a Katie. Do you go by Catherine? Okay, perfect. All right, Catherine. I want it to go through S. G. All right, another one. Nakia or Nakia? Nakia. Okay. Gerson.
R.
R2S. Tyler. Make it go through G this time. Mm-hmm. And you can't use S. G's right here.
Okay. L. No. Yes. L.
All right. Brianna. Yes, through G. Ari? Okay. I can't hear you. B as in boy. Jeremiah. One that goes through M. Jeremiah.
K.
Pardon?
K.
It is 7,000 degrees in this room. All right, Haley, last one. Through M. Ma'am? C? All right, so how many points did we need to create a line?
Point.
2,
Oh.
right? Like I told you one and then you told me another. That way I knew which way to go. What you doing?
Oh, I just gave myself an L because I said multiple points.
If you answered me, give your team a point. So you circle the next number. Okay? Don't worry, you're going to get more points. It's okay. So how many letters did we need to name a point?
1.
To name a point at the beginning, how many do we need? How many to name a line? How many do you think we need to name a plane?
3.
Look at us go. We need this. All right, so you're going to take your first set of notes in here. When I write, you write. When I move, you move. Exactly. Pardon? All right, so points. To name a point, it's always named by a letter. What do you need? No.
Sean, get out.
I love you. Goodbye. In my classroom? There's nothing in my room that you need. I'm having class. I know, life is tough. Alright, so, please circle, heart, square, squiggle, baby Jesus, this. A point is always named by a letter. Now, we used a capital letter, did we not? So let's make that specific definition, that it needs to be capital. Now, what is a point?
Dot.
It's a dot, right? Is it a place? Is it like a location?
Placeholder.
It is a place. Look at you go. Alright, so a point is a location. Does it have a shape or size? I mean, did our dots necessarily have a specific shape or size? We just had a bunch of dots from a marker, right? So it does not have a shape or size. And an example could be A, it could be B, it could be C, it could be Z. Those are points. That's all we have to do. Now, could you define that without me one day? If I said, give me the definition of a point, what would you say? Look at you go. That's it. Take a point for your team. I know, and we struggled with that in the other class. So we're going to make sure that we understand that we read our notes. How do we name a point?
By letter or
By a letter? Yeah, capital letter. Isn't that what it says right here? Very important. All right, now let's look at lines. Let's look at lines. How are lines named?
I was going to say something.
How many points do we use to name a line? 2. It says it. I'm not asking you a trick question. I just want you to read the paper I put in front of you. So circle it, heart it, highlight it, baby Jesus, do something. Alright, so the definition says that there is exactly. Do I need to zoom in for anybody? Okay. You're welcome, blind child. There is exactly one line through any 2 points. Through any 2 points, there is exactly one line. And we just proved that. So if I draw this line right here, and I put a P here, and I put a Q here, and then I call it line M with a cursive. Put a little swirl at the end or something. Make it cursive. We can name that 3 different ways. Are you ready for this greatness? The first way that you name it is you literally write P, Q, and then you draw a line on the top of it. Now, does a line go on forever or does it stop? Does a line go on forever or does it stop? Forever. So we need to put the arrows on the end. Otherwise, it's a segment. They are 2 different things. They're not the same thing. We can also call it line M because it has a cursive M, and we called it line M. And we could also call it line PQ. If you're going to use the points, you have to use 2 of them. If you use the name, it'll be a cursive little letter on the outside. Now there is a fancy term that we're going to use. Yes. Called collinear. What do you think that word means?
Linear means like
Linear is a line.
2 lines.
Close.
Line.
Close.
Mine's that puppy color.
If something is collinear, what does that mean? They're the same. So what's the same?
The line. The those. What's that?
Y'all are close.
Point. Oh.
Points on the same line. That's why I was saying y'all are getting close. So collinear means points are on the same line. Are P and Q collinear? Because they're on the same line. It's not a trick question. Does everybody understand? Are we sure? Why are we not sure? Are you just trying to stress it? Yes. All right. Are we ready for planes? Yes. Maybe. Pardon? Okay. Are we ready? Planes. How many points do we use to name a plane? 3. Look at us go. Highlight it, circle it, heart it, baby Jesus it. Something so that you know that 3 points make a plane. 3 points make a plane. How many points make a plane? All right. There is one plane through any 3 points not on the same line. So if 3 points are collinear, it does not make a plane. They cannot be on the same line. That's why we underline not. Does everybody understand? Are we sure? This is what a plane looks like. Remember the note cards that we had yesterday? Look at that. P, Q, R. Those are 3 points. Are they on the same line? That makes a plane. Isn't it easy?
If they're on the same line, they'll just be fine.
If they're on the same line, it's just line, and they're also collinear. Yes. Now the next word, fancy word, coplanar. What do you think coplanar means?
Same line.
Look at you go. Take a point for your team, baby. Points on the same plane. Now are P, Q, and R coplanar? Yes, because they're on the same plane. I'm not asking you trick questions. I really just want you to look at the paper and say yes or no. All right. What is the last word that we're going to talk about? What does the word intersection mean?
Like on the road.
Where they're crossing. Where they cross. So 2 lines intersect at a what?
Stopping point.
They intersect at a point. 2 planes intersect at a line. Woo! Take a point if you answered me right. All right, so the intersection is the set of points they have in common. Oh, I'm not going to write that yet. All right, so how do we name a point? How do we name a point? A capital letter? Awesome. Take a point if you said that. How do we name a line? No. How do we name a line? 2 points. Take a point. How do we name a plane? 3 points. Take a point. But I pay attention. Yeah. All right. What does collinear mean, Taylor? No, I'm just calling. What does collinear mean? And please don't say huh. Say pardon or I'm sorry. That's okay. Look at you go. Take a point for your team. All right. What does coplanar mean, Riley? Take a point. What does it mean when how do two lines intersect, Trey? Two lines intersect at a... Two lines intersect at a point. Very good. Take a point. And Alfredo, two planes intersect at a... We just said a second ago. Get your team to help you. Two planes intersect at a... It starts with an L. Look at you go. Take a point for your team. All right, turn the paper over. 2C. Here we go. Turn it over. We need to write down learning target. It says, I can define and model points, lines, and planes. Did we already define it?
Yes.
Look at us go. We did half of our learning target. What do you think model means? Or draw it or show it with your hands, something, right? Okay, so number 1 says to use the figure to name each of the following. A line containing point W. So here's point W. We need a line on it. How many points do we need to name a line? 2. So I could say W and X. And that's a line. It's right there. Okay, a plane containing point X. So we see point X, right? What plane is it on? P. Do you see me circling it? We name planes by these little cursive letters. Or remember how yesterday I wrote A, B, and C in the top corner of the plane? That's where it's going to be. That's all you have to do. Isn't it crazy? Okay, now, on 3, 4, 5, and 6, and 7, let's look at this guy right here. This is an R. This letter right here is an R. This letter down here is a Q. This is a little bitty lowercase cursive q. And this one up here is a cursive T. Are there any other letters that you need me to clarify? This one is a little P.
Wait.
Yes, darling. Okay, are we sure?
Is that a T?
This one?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to bring my glasses for you. Okay, now number 3 says, name the lines that are only in plane Q. So do you see this line right here? Does it go through both of them? It does. It keeps going. This extends through both, so we can't name that one. But what about this line right here, this line N? Is that only in plane Q?
Yes.
So write line N. Look at us go.
Cool.
Is there another one that's also in plane Q?
Yes.
What?
Line.
Line Q? Or could we call that LH? We could. Alright, so let's call it LH and let's put the line over the top of it. Alright, number 4 says name the intersection of lines M and T. Now T is right here. It's in plane R. Where is line M? Right there. So tell me the intersection point. Tell me the intersection of line T and M. Since it's right there, tell me the intersection. Nope, he's telling me. Look at it, baby. You just look at the paper and see where they're crossed. T and M. Tell me where they cross. Look at you go. Take a point for your team. Alright, name a point that is not coplanar with A, B, and C. So A, B, and C are up here. What's not coplanar with it?
D.
Pardon? D is in dog? Yeah? Alright, what else? Baby. It says that's not coplanar with A, B, and C. A is A.
E.
What about G?
Where is she?
G is on plane Q, right? So coplanar means not on the same plane. Everything up here, except for D, is on plane R. G is on Q, so G could work. T? This one? That's a line. So that would be, that line is on the same plane, so we couldn't say that one. But I want a point that's coplanar. So what about H down here? Could that work? Could L also work?
Yeah.
Alright. Aubrey, can you name another one for me?
I think maybe like E on the bottom.
Yeah. Very good. Take a point. Blake, can you name another one? Louder. Can't hear you. Where is Blake? That's that dude, right? Man, I am terrible at names. This is going to take all year. All right, well, we're going to move on. We'll pretend like he answered. Thank you, Blake. All right, our points F, M, G, and P coplanar. So find F, M, G, P. Are they coplanar? Yes or no? Here's M down here. Here's G and P. And where's F? It's on R. So are they coplanar? No, because they're not on the same plane. So no. Which one is not on the same plane?
F.
F is on plane R. All right, what's another line for T? Grace, can you tell me? Line T. Give me another name for it. Grace is giving me another name for line T. It's up at the top, baby, in case you need help finding it. Because I know it's a little picture. So remember, how many points do we need to name a line? 2, right? And are there 2 other points on line T? What 2? Yeah, good. Take a point. Now, do I have to put the arrows on the end of my line above CE? Why? Because they go on forever. And if I don't put it, what's it called? And that's a totally different thing. Does anybody have any questions before we move on? All right. Let's look at this bottom part. Intersection. Now, the intersection is where they cross, right? So let's write that. The intersection of 2 or more geometric figures, so that's our shapes, is the set of points they have in common. 2 lines intersected at what? 2 planes intersect at A? A line. 2 lines intersect at a point. 2 planes intersect at a line. Oh, we gotta move fast. Y'all ready? We're about to draw 1, 2, and 3. Brace yourselves. It's not that serious, guys. Like, take a deep breath. Alright, so number 1, it says QR intersects plane T at point S. Didn't we do that yesterday? We took our straw, we put it through the point, and that went through the plane. So we're going to draw our plane and make it look like this. This is our plane. And we're going to call it T. Now for line QR to go through it, it has to hit at this point and then it cuts through, so we make a dotted line. What is this point where it intersects? What does it say? At point S. And how do we need to name that line? So I have to put a Q on it, and I have to put an R on it. And boom, we're done. That's all I'm asking you to do. Can you handle that? Eric, can you handle that? Are you sure? Not really? You can't draw a rectangle? And then a line through it? And put some dots on it? Okay. Alright, this is number 1. Number 2. Any questions on number 1 before we go any further? Why did I make a dotted line right here? Because it goes through it, right? Alright, so line P, number 2, line P lies in plane N, so I need another plane. And contains point L. So, is the line on the plane or passing through it this time? Well, it says line P lies in the plane. So is it on it or passing through it? It's on it. All right, let's draw our line. And what point does it have on it? L, because that's the capital, and the P goes out at the end. So if it's a lowercase cursive, that goes on the outside. This capital letter goes right here. Can you draw number 3 without me?
Yes.
It's a line, right? This? T. Can you draw a line for me? What all needs to be on this line? And? Why did I also have to put C and D on there? Because you said so? No, pumpkin. Because that's on the line. Are you ready? Flip the page. And then we're going to get to homework. We're skipping number 4. For now. Okay, now look at this one down here. Do you see this beautiful drawing? Whoa.
Sorry, that was ass. Sorry.
Can we put it back in the tower? Alright, let's look at this drawing. Now, number 1 says how many planes appear in this figure. I want you to figure out how many planes are in it. Real quick, let's go. Figure it out. Talk to your group. Remember, how many points line a plane?
Oh,
3. 3 points make a plane.
yeah, okay.
It's not on the big page.
One big line. That's what I know. But 1, 2,
I got my phone.
Alright, how many do we think? Eric, how many do you think? 3? Does your table agree with you? No, your table does not agree with you. Alright. Raven, how many do you think?
9.
9? Carla, how many do you think? 3. You agree with Eric? So, y'all have a different answer? What do y'all think? 1?
I got a different. You said a plane was like a triangle. Not triangle.
No. 3 points make a plane. That's how we draw it if we're just drawing a plane out there, but how many do we have?
4.
So we have this big one right here, right? We have plane X. That's 1. What about D, H, and G? That makes a plane. That's 2. What about this triangle over here? That makes 3. Back there makes 4. Wait, how many? Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, 5 is D, E, F. 6 is D, F, G. Now, what about the bottom? Is that part of X?
No.
Yeah, it is.
I think it's part of X. So I think we have 6. We just went through it. Like that's what we were. I was there, right? Were y'all there for when we just went through all those? Or is that my imagination?
That was your imagination.
It wasn't. Alright, name 3 points that are collinear. Collinear means they're on the same. Alright, name 3 points that are collinear. 3. I need 3 points. Katie, you don't have a popsicle stick, so I'm calling on you. Name 3 points that are on the same line.
Trying to get out.
She was. I'm going to make her make a popsicle stick.
Tony, I know J, K, and D.
Jay, look at you go. Take a point for your team.
I had that.
J, K, and D. Great job. Are you okay if I just write your name on here? Or do you want to decorate it? Alright, name the intersection of plane HDG. So HDG, this one right here, and plane X. I gotta start over on my popsicle stick. Tyler. Where does this triangle intersect plane X? Two planes intersect at a what, y'all? At a line. 2 planes intersect at a line. So where does that front triangle intersect that rectangle? Baby, at what line? Do you see the yellow one that I highlighted?
Yes.
All right, where is it cutting through the rectangle? It's okay. Take a deep breath. All right? This is plane X. Okay? You're with me on that one? And we're taking this yellow rectangle and we are slicing it into a million pieces. Where, and I take it and I just shove it straight down. Where is it going to hit it at? Boy, what's this line? What is it? 2 points make a line. What are these 2 points? H, look at you go. Take a point for your team. Good job. Super proud. All right. At what point do LM and EF intersect, Sebastian? LM and EF. The friend right beside you.
At one point, does line L, M, and E, F intersect?
Yep. Could we extend it and make it cross like that?
Yes.
We could extend it and we would say at a point below L, right? Point below L. And number 5, which is an awesome question. Are points E, D, F, and G coplanar? E, D, F, and G. So E, D, F, and G. E, D, F, and then this one over here. That makes a point there. Y'all think that one makes a plane as well? Well, E, F, and G are on plane X, but D is up here. So are they coplanar? No. Alright, does a blanket make a point, line, or plane? Does a blanket make a point, line, or plane? Stripes on a sweater. We at the bottom. Stripes on a sweater. The edge of a desk. The edge of a desk is a line. The edge, not the corner. There we go. And the corner of a box, a point. Homework tonight is this page 1 through 6.
1, 2, 6.
Now, what needs to be on your point strip? And I see some point strips that don't have anything on them. The name and the table. If your group is cleaned up, give your team 2 points. Then add 6 and 7. Sorry, Debbie.
I'm sorry.
309.